Tarab sues President Muhammadu Buhari seeks overturn of fines on media houses. Minister urges journalists to checkmate fake news. Troops killed Boko Haram commander, 27 others in Borno State. On business, Dangote Sugar Refinery posted 185 million naira sales in 6 months. And with the international scene, Gaza Health Minister warns of humanitarian catastrophe as Israel continues to pound the besieged strip. And in sports, Amusan sets new record, wins gold for Commonwealth Games. Hello, welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I'm Fawzi Ibrahim. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project said it has filed a lawsuit against President Muhammadu Buhari for imposing fines on media houses for allegedly glorifying terrorism. Serap also wanted the court to clarify a tributary and illegal the 5 million naira imposed on the media houses over their documentaries on terrorism in the country. Our correspondent Omokoso Muhammad has more.
The suit, which was co-filed by the Center for Journalism Innovation and Development, has the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, and the National Broadcasting Commission joined as defendants. NBC imposed the fines on the media house on the grounds that their documentaries glorify the activities of bandits and undermine national security, an act that contravenes the provisions of the Nigeria Broadcasting Code. The plaintiffs stated that it is inconsistent and incompatible with the Nigerian 1999 Constitution to invoke the grounds of glorifying terrorism and banditry as justifications for suppressing access to information of legitimate public interest that does not harm national security. It argued that the documentaries by the independent media houses are in the public interest, and punishing the media houses simply for raising public awareness about these issues would have a disproportionate and chilling effect on their work and on the work of other journalists and Nigerians. Kulthum Muhammad reporting for SVTV News.
Nigeria's Minister of State Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Zubairu Dada, has asked journalists to checkmate the proliferation of fake news in the country. Ambassador Zubairu Dada stated this during the 2022 Niger State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Press Week with the theme Journalists as Indispensable Allies in Tackling Problems of Fake News in Minna, the state's capital. Our correspondent Zainab Abdul-Wasiu has more.
Ambassador Zubairu emphasized that journalism is a noble profession saddled with responsibility of setting agenda in the society. The minister, who commended the executives of NUG and Niger State Council for their commitment and foresight in piloting their affairs, mentioned that collective effort by Nigerians is required in moving the country forward. Niger State Governor Alhaji Abubakar Sani Bello, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Rahim Matani, at the occasion, explained that fake news had led to the relocation of many communities to other locations, thereby leading to loss of lives and properties, which he said must be squarely addressed. Zainab Abdul-Wasiu reporting for Standard Voice Television.
Troops of Air Task Force Operation Hard in Kai has killed another notorious commander of Boko Haram, Alhaji Mudu, also known as Bim Bim, and 27 other fighters in Borno State. Our correspondent Rahama Ibrahim has more.
The notorious commander and his fighters were killed on August 3rd by military airstrikes around the Mandara Mountains in Gaza local government area of Borno State. This came as the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amao, charged Nigerian Air Force operational commanders to show no mercy and ensure they employ maximum firepower against terrorists posing security threats in the country. Sources within the military high command confirmed that the operation followed credible intelligence reports indicating that the Islamic State of West Africa province fighters were converged in large numbers with the intention to conduct attack. According to the sources, Bem commanded the displacement of Bama town in 2014 and the displacement of hundreds of persons before declaring it a Boko Haram caliphate. Bem, before his death, was working under the supervision of a top leader of the Boko Haram terrorist Ali Ngoshe, and they were hiding inside caves in Mandara Mountain, from where they coordinated attacks in Nigeria, Cameroon, and the Niger Republic. Rahama Ibrahim, Desra, reporting for SVTV News, Kusa.
A former Zamfara State APC governorship aspirant in 2019 election Alhaji Mukhtar Shehu Idris, in an interview with newsmen shortly after the wedding fatia of his daughter in Gusau, addressed the lingering insecurity in the northwest of Nigeria as a collective responsibility of every citizen of the region. Alhaji Mukhtar said it is high time that people should give the necessary support to government, both at state and federal level, with positive information about criminals' hideouts or any strange movement in their domain. He said everyone has a role to play on how to tackle the lingering insecurity they are experiencing for almost a decade in Zamfara state. He described the insecurity in the country, particularly the northwest zone, as worrisome and commended Zamfara state government and the federal government for the effort made to ensure peace return to the state. And on business, over to Rahama Ibrahim.
Thank you, Fawzia Ibrahim, and let's have our business updates. Dangote Sugar Refinery recorded a well-rounded performance in the first half with considerable growth in sales and profits. The 6-month report for the period ended June 30, 2022 showed that the profit before tax rose to 29.73 billion naira in the first half of 2022 as against 18.76 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2021. Profits after tax also rose to 20.24 billion naira as against 12.61 billion naira in the first half 2021. Total turnover jumped to 185.46 billion naira in the first half 2022 compared with 131.95 billion naira in the corresponding period of 2021. Gross profits maintained the same upswing, rising from 28.60 billion naira to 38.82 billion naira. The Group Managing Director, Dangote Sugar Refinery, Ravindra Singh V, attributed the positive results in the half-year to key trade interventions introduced during the year and positive market responses. He said the impressive performance in the half-year demonstrated the group's resilience in the face of prevalent challenges, which rightly reflected in strong top-line growth shown in the financial results. The Managing Director also noted that the refinery has continued to implement its sugar backward integration project plans and the enhancement of its outgrower scheme to support the economic growth of the immediate communities. According to him, the key focus of the sugar refiner is achievement of the Dangote Sugar Backward Integration Project targets and to put Nigeria on the path of sugar self-sufficiency and the world sugar map. And still on business news, Nassau Microfinance Bank Limited has launched 3 new products as part of its unbalanced sheet lending portfolio. A statement from the bank stated that the 3 projects were designed for easy access to credit facilities by micro, small and medium enterprises that require affordable credit facilities to boost their businesses and salary earners to cater for immediate and pressing needs. It said the small medium enterprise loan is for micro businesses and small medium enterprises engaged in trading activities with daily sales, adding that the loan sum is accessible to customers ranges from 50,000 naira to 250 million naira, subject to a satisfactory turnover that covers the expected facility amount. The bank also said the product is also open to petty traders in organized markets who have existing businesses and require credit facilities ranging from 50,000 naira to 300,000 naira to augment their business capital. And that's all for business news today. I am Rahama Ibrahim. Say bye for now.
Thank you, Rahama. And on the international scene, Israeli bombardment of Gaza had led to the wounding of hundreds of Palestinian victims in the besieged enclave Geti. The Palestinian Ministry of Health in Gaza has warned for impending catastrophic result as a consequence of the intensifying Israeli aggression on the besieged enclave that entered its third day on Sunday. The minister issued the warning in light of an increase in medical shortages as Israel occupation forces targeted overcrowded resident areas in the impoverished enclave, killing and injuring vulnerable civilians. The minister said medical staff in the hospitals are working according to their available and limited capabilities as a result of the Israeli blockade that has been going on for 15 years. Moreover, the minister alerted that the coming hours will be critical for Gaza's injured civilians due to the closing of Gaza's Soul power plant, which shut on Saturday after running out of fuel, following Israel's closing of the goods crossing earlier this week. The power shortage imposes a serious threat to the work of vital hospitals departments that will lead to the suspension of water supply to homes, possibly prompting a severe health and humanitarian crisis. The Western Australian Health has reported a total of 2,361 new cases of COVID-19, bringing to a total of 19,488 active cases in Western Australia. The report includes 10 deaths, which were reported to Western Australian Health dating back to 27th July, which include 3 women and a man in their 90s, 2 women and 2 men in their 80s, a man in his 70s, and also a man in his 60s. Of the 2,361 cases, 871 were confirmed via PCR tests. The remaining 1,490 were self-reported positive rapid antigen tests. A total of 3,527 PCR tests were conducted at either state-run or private pathology clinics. And on sports, over to Umukoso Muhammad.
Thank you, Fauzia Ibrahim. And now in sports. Toby Emerson got another record-breaking gold medal for Team Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Emerson lined up in the final as favorite for gold, and there was no stopping her as she blazed to a new Games record of 12.30 seconds to retain the 100-meter hurdle she won 4 years ago in the Gold Coast, Australia.
A successful title defence. Semba's on the post.
Despite winning the race comfortably, Emerson says she did not execute it to the best of her ability. Emerson dedicated her latest gold medal to God, her support system, which includes her family, supporters, and her Jamaican coach, Lassina Golden Clark, under whom she has been training since 2016. The 25-year-old has been in blistering form in the past year, breaking the African 100 meters hurdles record 3 times in the past 10 months. Still in sports, Barcelona have their final pre-season test of the 2022 summer as the Catalan Giants gear up for the coming La Liga campaign. The Blaugrana take on Mexico side Pumas at the Camp Nou on Sunday in the annual Joan Gamper Trophy, with the La Liga MX squad making the overseas trip to face one of the world's most famous clubs. It will be a final peek at how Xavi believes his best starting lineup is constructed, afforded a wealth of incredible attacking talent. With the La Liga season set to begin in 1 week's time, Barcelona will look to build chemistry among players in the expected starting lineup. Xavi will get headaches trying to fit his best attacking talent into the lineup on a weekly basis, with so many world-class attacking players at his disposal. The lineup headliner for Mexican side Pumas UNAM is former Barcelona player Denis Alves, who surely factored into the selection of his new club to play in the match. Pumas are in the midst of a strange apertura season with 5 draws through the first 6 matches. And that's all we have in Sports Update for today. Once again, I am Umukoso Muhammad. Thanks for watching. Do have a nice day.
Thank you, Umukoso. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Terapso's President Muhammadu Buhari seeks overturn of fines on media houses. Minister urges journalists to checkmate fake news. Troops killed Boko Haram commander, 27 others in Borno State. From business, Dangote Sugar Refinery posted 185 million naira sales in 6 months. And with the international scene, Gaza Health Minister warns of a humanitarian catastrophe as Israel continues to pound the besieged strip. And in sports, Amusan sets new record, wins gold for Commonwealth Games. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Ibrahim. You have a nice day.